Is 1,000 Pounds Sisters Season 8 getting cancelled? Tammy Slaton's disheartening comments explained. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For 1000 lb Sister latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. For fans of TLC's groundbreaking reality series 1000 Sisters, the question of whether Season 8 will be cancelled has sparked growing concern and speculation, particularly following recent comments made by Tammy Slaton. The show, which has chronicled the lives of sisters Amy and Tammy Slaton as they navigate severe obesity, health complications, emotional trauma, and personal growth, has become one of the network's most watched and emotionally charged programs. Since its debut in 2020, the series has offered a raw, unfiltered look into the challenges of extreme weight and the journey toward wellness, drawing both praise and criticism for its portrayal of vulnerable individuals. As Season 7 concluded with a mix of triumphs and setbacks, viewers were left eagerly anticipating Season 8. However, in recent months, a noticeable silence from the production team and cast, especially Tammy, has fueled rumors of cancellation. The situation took a disheartening turn when Tammy Slaton made a series of emotional public statements that suggested the show might not return. These comments, shared primarily through social media and brief interviews, have left fans wondering, is 1000 Sisters Season 8 getting cancelled? And what do Tammy's remarks really mean to understand the current state of the show and the implications of Tammy's words? It's essential to examine the context of her journey, the dynamics within the Slaton family, and the production realities behind long-running reality television series 1000 lb Sisters premiered on TLC in June 2020, introducing audiences to Amy and Tammy Slaton, two Kentucky-based siblings who both struggled with morbid obesity and related health issues. The show quickly gained traction for its emotional depth, highlighting not just the physical toll of extreme weight, but also the psychological, emotional, and familial factors that contributed to their conditions. Amy, the more proactive of the two sisters, underwent bariatric surgery early in the series and began a slow but determined journey toward weight loss. Her transformation became a central narrative arc, inspiring many viewers. Tammy, on the other hand, faced more significant challenges. Her emotional eating, struggles with depression, and complex relationship with her late sister, Jamie, were recurring themes throughout the seasons. The show didn't shy away from difficult topics: grief, trauma, addiction, and mental health, making it more than just a weight loss series. It became a platform for discussing the intersection of physical health and emotional well-being, earning a loyal following and critical attention for its candid storytelling. By Season 6 and 7, the series had evolved. Amy continued to make progress, though not without setbacks, while Tammy's journey became increasingly complicated. Her weight fluctuated dramatically, and her emotional state often mirrored those physical changes. Episodes frequently depicted her battling loneliness, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy, especially as Amy began to live more independently and pursue her own goals. In early 2024, Tammy Slaton began making concerning remarks on social media that hinted at the show's potential end. In a now-deleted Facebook post, she wrote, "I don't think we're doing the show anymore. I guess it's over. I'm just trying to figure out my life without cameras around." She followed up with a tearful video message in which she said, "It feels like I've lost everything. The show was my family, my purpose. Now I don't know what to do." These comments quickly went viral, spreading across fan forums, news outlets, and social media platforms. Fans expressed shock and sadness, with many speculating that Tammy's emotional state was deteriorating and that the show's production had halted abruptly. Some interpreted her words as confirmation that 1000 Sisters had been cancelled by TLC. However, it's important to note that Tammy did not explicitly state that the show had been cancelled. Instead, her comments reflected a personal sense of loss and uncertainty. She later clarified in a brief interview with a local news outlet that she hadn't received official word from the network or producers. "I'm just saying how I feel," she explained. "Things have been quiet. No one's called. No one's scheduled anything. It makes me think maybe it's done." While Tammy's comments were heartfelt, they don't necessarily confirm a cancellation. Industry insiders suggest that what fans are witnessing may be a combination of production delays, contract negotiations, and personal transitions rather than an outright end to the series. Reality television shows, especially long-running ones like 1,000-Pound Sisters, often go through periods of hiatus between seasons. Filming schedules can be disrupted by cast availability, health issues, or production logistics. In Tammy's case, her ongoing health struggles, including complications from obesity, mental health episodes, and hospitalizations, have previously caused delays in filming. Moreover, contract renewals for reality stars are not always straightforward. TLC typically renegotiates contracts with cast members between seasons, and disagreements over compensation, creative control, or personal boundaries can lead to temporary standstills. There have been unconfirmed reports that discussions between the Slaton sisters and the network have been ongoing but slow-moving, possibly due to differing visions for the show's future. Amy Slaton, who has become increasingly vocal about her desire for privacy and a more balanced life, may also be reconsidering her involvement. In past interviews, she's expressed mixed feelings about fame and the pressure of being on camera. If Amy chooses to step back, it could significantly impact the show's continuity, as the series is built around the sisterly dynamic. Tammy's emotional comments also shed light on a more pressing issue: her mental health. Throughout the series, Tammy has been open about her struggles with depression, anxiety, and grief, particularly her unresolved feelings about the death of her sister Jamie, who passed away in 2020 from complications related to obesity. Jamie was a central figure in the early seasons, and her absence has left a profound void in Tammy's life. Psychologists who have analyzed the show's portrayal of mental health note that Tammy exhibits signs of dependent personality traits and emotional reliance on external structures, such as the show's production team and the routine of filming for stability. When that structure is disrupted, it can trigger feelings of abandonment and despair. Dr. Elena Martinez, a clinical psychologist specializing in behavioral health, commented, "For individuals like Tammy, who have experienced chronic stress, trauma, and isolation, routines, and relationships, even those with camera crews can become sources of emotional security. A sudden change, real or perceived, can feel like a personal rejection or loss of identity. This context is crucial in interpreting Tammy's statements. Rather than a definitive announcement of cancellation, her words may reflect a cry for help or a plea for reassurance during a vulnerable time." Her fans have responded with an outpouring of support, urging her to seek counseling and reminding her that she is loved beyond the show. As of mid-2024, TLC has not made any official statement regarding the status of 1,000-Pound Sisters star. The network's social media channels and programming schedule remain silent on Season 8. This lack of communication has only fueled speculation. Some fans believe that the show may be rebranded or restructured. There's been talk of a potential spin-off focusing on Amy's life post-weight loss, possibly titled *Amy's New Chapter or something similar. Others suggest that TLC might be considering a documentary-style special to wrap up the Slaton sisters' story if the series does conclude. However, there's no evidence to support these theories. TLC has a history of keeping renewal decisions under wraps until formal announcements are made, often close to a premiere date. Given that Season 7 aired in late 2023, a mid-2024 or early 2025 return for Season 8 would not be unusual, even if filming has been delayed. The uncertainty surrounding Season 8 has also reignited a broader debate about the ethics of reality television, particularly shows that focus on individuals with severe health conditions. Critics argue that programs like 1,000-Pound Sisters can exploit vulnerable people for entertainment, reducing complex medical and emotional journeys to dramatic television moments. Supporters, however, maintain that the show has raised awareness about obesity, mental health, and the importance of compassionate care. They point to the positive changes in Amy's life and the conversations the series has sparked about empathy, support systems, and access to healthcare. Tammy's recent comments have added fuel to this debate. Some viewers worry that the show may have contributed to her emotional distress by placing her in the public eye without adequate psychological support. Others believe that the platform has given her a voice and a sense of purpose. In response to such concerns, TLC has stated in past interviews that cast members receive counseling and support throughout filming. However, the extent and quality of that support are not publicly disclosed, leaving room for skepticism. Regardless of the show's future, the lives of Tammy and Amy Slaton continue. Amy has been focusing on maintaining her weight loss, managing her diabetes, and building a more independent life. She's spoken about the importance of self-care, setting boundaries, and finding joy in small victories. Tammy, meanwhile, appears to be at a crossroads. Her recent social media activity suggests she's trying to reconnect with fans and find new sources of meaning. She's mentioned exploring hobbies, reconnecting with old friends, and possibly seeking additional therapy. In a hopeful post from April 2024, she wrote, "I'm not giving up. I'm just learning how to live without the spotlight. It's hard, but I'm trying." Fans have rallied around her, sending messages of encouragement and sharing their own stories of struggle and resilience. Online communities dedicated to the show have become spaces for support and advocacy, with many calling for greater mental health resources for reality TV participants. The answer, based on available information, is yes, Season 8 could still happen. While there has been no official renewal, there has also been no official cancellation. Production delays are common in reality TV, especially when cast members are dealing with health or personal issues. Moreover, 1,000 Sisters remains one of TLC's top-performing shows in terms of viewership and streaming numbers. Canceling it without a clear successor would be a significant risk for the network. It's more likely that TLC is taking a cautious approach, allowing the sisters time to stabilize before committing to another season. If Season 8 does move forward, it may look different from previous seasons. There could be a shift in focus, perhaps emphasizing Amy's journey while supporting Tammy in a less intense format. Alternatively, the show might take a more documentary-style approach, with reduced filming frequency and greater emphasis on mental health and recovery. The question of whether 1,000 Sisters Season 8 is getting cancelled remains unanswered for now. Tammy Slaton's disheartening comments reflect a moment of personal crisis and uncertainty, not a definitive end to the series. They highlight the emotional toll of reality television, the fragility of mental health, and the complex relationship between public figures and their audiences. While fans anxiously await news from TLC, the most important outcome may not be the renewal of a TV show, but the well-being of the people at its center. Whether or not cameras roll again, Tammy and Amy's journeys continue. Their stories have already touched millions, sparking conversations about compassion, resilience, and the human capacity for change. In the end, the legacy of 1,000 Sisters may not be measured in ratings or seasons, but in the lives it has influenced and the empathy it has inspired. And for Tammy, whose voice has often been one of vulnerability and honesty, the next chapter on or off screen deserves to be one of healing, hope, and dignity. As fans, the best response may not be speculation, but support. Because beyond the drama, the weight, and the television screens, Tammy Slaton is not just a character on a show, she's a person, navigating a difficult path with courage, one day at a time. Tammy Slaton, one of the beloved stars of the hit TLC reality series 1,000 Sisters, has made headlines once again, this time with an inspiring update about her ongoing weight loss journey. In a heartfelt and candid revelation, Tammy shared a major milestone she recently achieved, marking a pivotal moment in her transformation that has captivated fans for years. Known for her authenticity, resilience, and unwavering determination, Tammy continues to inspire thousands who are navigating their own struggles with weight, health, and self-acceptance. For those who have followed her story since the early days of the show, Tammy's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. What began as a deeply personal struggle with obesity, emotional trauma, and health complications has evolved into a powerful narrative of perseverance, healing, and hope. Her latest achievement, losing over 400 pounds, represents not just a number on the scale, but a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the life-changing impact of medical intervention, emotional support, and self-love. Tammy first captured the public's attention alongside her sister Amy Slaton in the reality series 1,000 Sisters, which premiered in 2020. The show chronicled their lives as they battled extreme obesity, faced serious health risks, and sought help through bariatric surgery and lifestyle changes. At her heaviest, Tammy weighed over 700 pounds, a condition that severely limited her mobility, affected her organs, and put her at high risk for life-threatening complications such as heart disease, diabetes, and sleep apnea. Over the years, viewers have watched Tammy undergo a dramatic physical and emotional transformation. Her journey has been fraught with challenges, setbacks, emotional lows, and moments of doubt, but also with triumphs, breakthroughs, and victories both big and small. From learning to walk again to celebrating milestones like fitting into regular clothing or taking a shower independently, each step forward has been a cause for celebration. Now, with the announcement of losing more than 400 pounds, Tammy has reached a turning point that many once thought impossible. In a recent social media post, she shared a photo of herself standing confidently, smiling, and holding a sign that read, "400 pounds down." The image quickly went viral, drawing an outpouring of support, admiration, and encouragement from fans and fellow weight loss warriors alike. "I never thought I'd see this day," Tammy wrote in the caption. 400 pounds. Gone. It's not just about the weight, it's about reclaiming my life, my health, and my future. I'm still healing, still growing, but I'm proud of how far I've come. Her words resonate deeply with those who have followed her story. Beyond the physical transformation, Tammy's journey has always been about more than numbers. It's about confronting deep-rooted emotional pain, breaking cycles of self-neglect, and learning to value oneself in a world that often judges people based on appearance. Her openness about her mental health struggles, including anxiety, depression, and grief following the loss of her mother and sister Amy's health crises, has made her a relatable and compassionate figure. One of the most significant aspects of Tammy's progress is her commitment to maintaining her health after undergoing bariatric surgery. Bariatric procedures, such as gastric sleeve or gastric bypass, are powerful tools, but they are not magic solutions. Long-term success requires a complete lifestyle overhaul, adapting to new eating habits, committing to physical activity, attending follow-up appointments, and often confronting the emotional triggers that led to overeating in the first place. Tammy has been transparent about the difficulties of this process. She has spoken about the challenges of adjusting to smaller portion sizes, dealing with loose skin after massive weight loss, and navigating the psychological aspects of food and body image. Yet, through it all, she has remained committed to her goals, often crediting her support system, including her family, medical team, and fans, for keeping her motivated. Her sister Amy, who has also undergone a remarkable transformation, has been a constant source of encouragement. Though their journeys have taken different paths, Amy has focused more on fitness and lifestyle changes, while Tammy relied heavily on surgical intervention. Their bond has remained strong. Their shared experiences have created a unique sisterhood rooted in mutual understanding and resilience. Tammy's milestone is not just a personal victory, it's a beacon of hope for others facing similar struggles. Obesity is a complex, multifaceted condition influenced by genetics, environment, psychology, and socioeconomic factors. For many, the idea of losing hundreds of pounds can feel overwhelming, even impossible. But Tammy's story proves that with the right resources, medical care, and mindset, transformation is achievable. Moreover, her journey challenges societal misconceptions about weight loss. Too often, people assume that obesity is simply a matter of willpower or laziness. Tammy's experience illustrates the deeper, often invisible battles that accompany severe weight gain, trauma, addiction to food, lack of access to healthcare, and systemic barriers. By sharing her truth, she helps dismantle stigma and fosters empathy. In interviews and social media updates, Tammy has emphasized that her journey is ongoing. She is not fixed or cured, but rather in a continuous process of healing. She continues to work with nutritionists, therapists, and fitness professionals to maintain her progress and prevent weight regain. She's also become an advocate for bariatric surgery awareness, encouraging others to explore medical options if appropriate and to seek help without shame. One of the most inspiring aspects of Tammy's transformation is how she's redefined her identity. For years, she saw herself through the lens of her weight, defined by limitations, fear, and self-criticism. Now, she's beginning to see herself as capable, strong, and worthy. She's taken up new hobbies, engaged more with her community, and even expressed interest in mentoring others on similar paths. Her confidence has grown in visible ways. In recent photos, she's seen wearing stylish clothes, posing with joy, and participating in activities that were once out of reach. She's traveled, attended events, and enjoys moments of independence that many take for granted, like walking without assistance or shopping for clothes in mainstream stores. Still, Tammy remains grounded and realistic. She acknowledges that there are days when motivation